Hello my dear students, welcome to the questions based on sine rule and cosine rule. Before moving further my dear students, first of all you have to be very strong with your formulas. You have to be very strong with your formulas, especially sine A minus B is equal to all sorts of formulas, sine A plus B, sine A minus B, cos A minus B, cos A plus B, sine A plus sine B, cos A plus cos B and all. Apart from that, sine theta, sine 2 theta, sine 3 theta, cos 2 theta, various forms of these expansion formulas, you have to be very familiar with them and very strong with these type of formulas, allied angles and everything. And of course then we have learnt newly the sine cosine rule, which we have learnt newly. We have to be very strong with those formulas also. And before proceeding further, I will tell you one more thing my dear students. If supposing we have in some cases, see, because we are dealing with triangle and ABC, or it can be PQR, whatever they are the angles of the triangle. In certain cases, if supposing we get that sine A plus B upon 2, or it can be B plus C upon 2, or it can be A plus C upon 2, we can convert this into sine, means actually we can convert this into C. How is that? See, basically what happens, say this is what we have got, sine A plus B upon 2 is that what we have, the value that we have got in our expression, any expression. Now we know that A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degree, is equal to pi, because sum of the angles of a triangle. And then we decide that we will divide these all by 2 throughout. Now what happens, we want A plus B upon 2, so this is A plus B upon 2, so this will become A plus B upon 2 is equal to pi by 2 minus C by 2. Okay, so what we get is, this is basically A plus B upon 2 is equal to pi by 2 minus C by 2. Therefore we get sine A plus B upon 2 is equal to sine pi by 2 minus C by 2. And we know now it is along pi by 2, means the trigonometric ratio will get converted and it is C by 2, so it will become cos C by 2, first quadrant, so everything is positive. This is cos C by 2. So this way basically, no sorry, this is basically this, of course sine, this will get converted to sine pi by 2 minus C by 2, which will get converted to cos C by 2. Okay, basically sine A plus B by 2 can be converted to sine pi by 2 minus C by 2, which can be converted to cos C by 2. Basically A plus B, the angle A and B are getting converted to C. And also if supposing we have only sine A, of course because we know now again A plus B plus C is equal to pi. If B plus C full is shifted on the other side, we get A is equal to pi minus B plus C. This is what we get. This is the value of A. Therefore sine A will be equal to sine pi minus B plus C, and along pi means trigonometric ratio will not change, it will remain sine, and this will be B plus C. Are you getting, my dear students? Basically this is what I am trying to explain you, how trigonometric ratios of angles can be converted into various forms. If you have any more doubt or supposing like that, then I can do one more conversion for you all people. Supposing I have got sine P plus Q by 2. Basically these P and Q are the angles of a triangle. Then I can write P plus Q plus R is equal to pi. Therefore if I divide these all by 2 continuously, this will become pi by 2. I want the value of P plus Q by 2. So this R by 2 goes on the other side. I get P plus Q by 2 is equal to pi by 2 minus R by 2. This is the value of P plus Q by 2. So this I will write over here. I get sine p plus q by 2 is equal to sine pi by 2 minus r by 2. And then you know along y-axis the sine will become cos r by 2. Like this way, p plus q has got converted to p and q have got converted to r. Similarly, if supposing there would have been sine r, so we know that again p plus q plus r is equal to pi. I want r, so p and q will shift on the other side. R is equal to pi minus p plus q as whole. So if I write in place of r, I write this. Sine r will become sine pi minus p plus q. That will now become, now along x-axis sine will remain same, sine p plus q. Then you can use the formula of sine a plus b, or depends on what you have got in the question that we will be doing. Okay, my dear students, so like this we will now start with the questions that are based on sine rule and cosine rule. Basically sine rule and cosine rule. Actually one question I will take now. I will take few questions. Question number 1. Supposing in triangle ABC, if angle A is equal to 45 degree, you can take down these questions, my dear students. Angle B is equal to 60 degree. See, they have given the measurement of both the angles. Find the ratio of its sides. Sides of triangle ABC. Now we know that sides will be basically, now what are they trying to ask you? See, they are trying to ask you sides are basically A, B, C. Find the ratio of its sides, means you have to find the ratio of A is to B is to C. Okay, my dear students, A is to B is to C. Before that, but actually speaking here, angle A we have got, angle B we have got, so we have to find angle C also. So here in triangle ABC, angle A is equal to 45 degree, angle B is equal to 60 degree. Therefore, angle C will be how much? 75 degree. Reason, remaining angle of triangle. Fine. So this is what you have got. So these are the three angles that you have got: angle A, angle B, angle C. And now you have to find A is to B is to C. Now, by sine rule, what we will get is A will be equal to A is to B. I have to find A will be equal to, now basically if I go to find, you know that by sine rule what it is, A upon sine A is equal to B upon sine B is equal to C upon sine C. Let be this equal to K. I want to find A is to B, means A upon B. A will be equal to K sine A, B will be equal to K sine B, C will be equal to K sine C. These are the values. So A upon B will be equal to K sine A upon K sine B. That will be equal to sine A upon sine B. Fine. And then I want A is to B and then B is to C. B is to C will be equal to K sine B upon K sine C. That will be again sine B upon sine C. So from 1 and 2 we get basically what? A is to B is to C. This I can do because A is to B is K sine B. Here also B is K sine B. Basically sine A, sine B, sine B. Sine A upon sine B upon sine C. So basically the connecting ratio B is same over here. So I can straight write it. It's equal to sine A is to sine B is to sine C. Now the only thing that I have to find is now values of sine A, sine B, sine C. So now basically sine A will be very easy to find because it is 45 degree. Sine 45. Sine 45 is basically 1 upon root 2. Okay, this is done. Sine B is equal to sine 60. That is equal to root 3 by 2. This also is done. Sine C is, now we will have to work out over here because it is 75 degrees. So we don't have the value of sine 75 directly. So you get now sine, you will have to split this into the known functions. So 75 can be split into known one, 45 plus 30, right? So that will become sine 45 plus 30, and then using the expansion of sine A plus B is equal to sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, right? This we will get is equal to sine 45 into cos 30 plus cos 45 into sine 30. This will become sine 45, we know now it is equal to 1 upon root 2, cos 30 is equal to 1 upon 2 plus cos 45 again is 1 upon root 2, sine 30 is equal to 1, so cos 30 is equal to, sorry, root 3 upon 2, 1 upon 2, sorry my dear students, so cos 30 is equal to root 3 upon 2, sine 30 is equal to 1 upon 2. So what we get is root 3 upon 2 root 2 plus 1 upon 2 root 2, that will make root 3 plus 1 upon 2 root 2. These are the values of sine 75 degrees. Now just to take a look again over here. See, basically now I have to shift them as A is to B is to C is equal to sine A, sine B, sine C. Sine 45 is equal to 1 upon root 2. Now if I write it over here for you all to understand in a better way. See, sine 45 is equal to 1 upon, okay, I'll write it in this way. Sine 45. I'm not writing in the form of h2. Sine 45 is 2. Sine B is sine 60 and sine 75 root 3 plus 1. Sine 45 is 1 upon root 2. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Sine 75 we have got it as root 3 plus 1 upon 2 root 2. Why I am writing them like this basically is that, see here the denominators are not same. I cannot directly write them as a ratio. The connecting factor, the denominators have to be same. To make these denominators equal, what do I have to do is that, sorry my dear students, what do I have to do is that I have to convert everybody to root 2. So here I will multiply this by 2, multiply this by 2. Here I will multiply this by root 2 and here I will multiply this by root 2. This can remain same. 2 upon 2 root 2, root 6 upon 2 root 2, and this will be same, root 3 plus 1 upon 2 root 2. Now I can find the values of this. So sine 45 is to sine 60 is to sine 75 will be equal to 2 is to root 6 is to root 3 plus 1. Okay my dear students, so these are the values of sine A is to sine, A is to B is to C is equal to 2 is to root 6 is to root 3 plus 1. Okay, because A is to B is to C is sin A is to sin B is to sin C. This we have shown over here. They have asked us to find the ratio of its sides. Ratio of its sides is equal to sin A is to sin B is to sin C. Sin A is to sin B is to sin C is equal to, I have got this, because that is sin 45 is to sin 60 is to sin 75. Okay, my dear students, so this you have to do it well. I hope you all are able to see things properly. So now I can go to the next question, which is based on the same type of questions. In that, actually they have told the angles of a triangle are in arithmetic progression. The angles of a triangle are in arithmetic progression. Okay, so that means A, B, C are in arithmetic progression, and they have given that side B is to side C is equal to root 3 is to root 2. Okay, find angle A, angle B, angle C. Okay, my dear students, first of all, see, this we can do in variety of ways. See, angle B, angle A, angle B, angle C are in arithmetic progression. See, basically you have to remember, whenever arithmetic progression is there, supposing we tell that, see, A, B, C are in arithmetic progression. Here we can form two types of equation. One equation we know that T2 minus T1 is equal to T3 minus T2. Means this T2 minus this T1 will be equal to this T3 minus T2. This is one form of equation. Fine. Even if this form, if you give it a proper form, you can directly write that the middle one, 2b, is equal to this 2, A plus C. Sometimes we will have to use this, sometimes we will have to use this. Of course, this also is coming from this only. See, if I shift A over here and B over here, I am getting 2b is equal to A plus C. Okay, these are the two equations. So when they are saying A, B, C are in arithmetic progression, that means 2b is equal to A plus C. Now we know A plus B plus C is equal to 180. Fine, or pi, you can write anything. So here we know now, but A plus C is equal to 2b. So in place of A plus C, what is going on? In place of A plus C, I can write 2b plus b is equal to 180. Then you will get 3b is equal to 180. Then you will get b is equal to 60. See, my dear students, this we have done in the basic level also. Basic level, basically what happens is that when we know 3 are in arithmetic progression, the middle term is A, so this is A minus D and this is A plus D. Okay, first term is A minus D, middle term is A and A plus D. So here we will get, if this is B, this is B minus D and this will be B plus D. So but basically we know that B minus D plus B plus B plus D is equal to 180. Right? That is what we know. Fine. We know this. So here if I add this, the minus D plus D will get cancelled. 3B is equal to 180 and then B is equal to 60. Like this also I can get. Okay. But of course this is not an interesting one, because B minus D is equal to A, B plus D is equal to C. Then again we will have to keep on representing that. But what I mean to say is the idea is same over here. What is happening over here? Instead of writing B minus D, I am writing A over here. Instead of writing B plus D, I am writing C over here. And whatever said and done, this A plus C is equal to 2B. This is because they are in arithmetic progression. So I get the value of B is equal to 60. Now next, see, B is equal to 60, I have got angle B is equal to 60. Fine. Now I have to use this b is to c. So by sine rule, what do I get? A upon sine A is equal to b upon sine B is equal to c upon sine C is equal to k. So basically A is equal to k sine A. This you have to remember now, actually you will be able to understand that. K sine B, C is equal to k sine C. Therefore b upon c, which is equal to root 3 upon root 2, is given to me. B is equal to k sine B upon k sine C is equal to root 3 upon root 2. These two are gone. So now sine B upon sine C is equal to root 3 upon root 2. Out of that I know the value of sine B. Sine B is sine 60. So I will get sine 60 upon sine C is equal to root 3 upon root 2. Sine C goes over there and root 3 upon root 2 comes over here. Sine 60, basically I know the value of sine 60. Sine 60 is equal to root 3 upon 2 into this root 3 upon root 2 comes over here. I get root 2 upon root 3 is equal to sine C. So here if I will see root 3 and root 3 will go, root 2 ones are root 2, root 2s are. So I get sine C is equal to 1 upon root 2. So, but you know, sine 45 is equal to 1 upon root 2. This is basically, therefore C is equal to 45 degrees. Okay. So you have got angle B is equal to 60 degree, angle C is equal to 45 degrees. Therefore sine C is equal to sine 45. So you will get angle C is equal to 45 degree. Now in triangle ABC, angle B you have got is equal to 60 degree, angle C you have got is equal to 45 degree. Therefore angle A will be same like before first question, 75 degrees. So these are the angles that you have got. Okay my dear students, so these are the basic level questions. So now if I go to the next question, so this is slightly interesting one now, slightly. Otherwise I'll do one thing, I'll take one more question which is based on arithmetic progressions. I'll take one more question which is based on arithmetic progressions. Here in any triangle ABC, if A square, B square, C square are in arithmetic progression. See, not the side A and side B and side C, it's A square, square of the sides are in arithmetic progression. Then prove cot A, cot B, cot C are in arithmetic progression. Cot A, cot B, cot C are in AP. See, basically in this question what we have to understand is that when we have to prove cot A, cot B, cot C are in arithmetic progression, then we have to basically prove that 2 cot B is equal to cot A plus cot C, right? 2 cot B is equal to cot A plus cot C. This basically we have to reach over here. Fine. So, and they have told that A square, B square, C square are in arithmetic progression. So basically what happens over here, my dear students, if you will consider this, rough work के लिए क्या है? See, A square, B square, C square are in arithmetic progression. See, basically what will happen, my dear students, we have to frame either sine rule or cosine rule. Now we know that A square, B square, C square basically is dealt with cosine rule. So we will see that whether we can frame a cosine rule with the help of this. Whether we can frame a cosine rule with the help of this. Cosine rule basically is what? A square is equal to B square plus C square minus A square plus B square minus 2AB cos A upon the cos A, right? basically here I can also write cos A is equal to what? Cos A is equal to B square plus C square minus A square upon 2BC. Similarly, we have got cos B is equal to something, right? See, basically I'll write over here. Now what do I do? Where do I write? Okay, I'm through. See, basically what happens that I have got cos A is equal to B square plus C square minus A square upon 2BC. Also I have got cos B is equal to A square plus C square minus B square upon 2AC. Also I have got cos C is equal to A square plus B square minus C square upon 2AB. I have to frame either this or this or this. Okay, so that is my idea. Are you getting, my dear student? This is my idea. I have to frame anything out of this. So when I go for this, what do I get is, see, A square, B square, C square are in arithmetic progression. Therefore, second term B square minus A square is equal to third term C square minus B square. Are you getting, my dear students? So now here if I think about framing this, where can I frame this? See, if I consider that I keep A square alone, if I make A square alone, if I shift A square over there, what do I get? Here I'll get 2B square. So it is out of question. See, basically if I shift A square over here, what do I get? A square plus C square minus B square. A square plus C square minus B square. This I can get. A square I shift over there, A square plus C square minus B square. Are you getting my point? So that's why what I will do, B square is equal to A square plus C square minus B square. I have reached over here. Are you getting? This I can't frame, this I can't frame because of same reason. Minus A square I can't get. If I shift it over there, you will not be able to frame. This is the only thing you will be able to frame if you will properly see now. Only one will be able to frame. Okay. Now I want what? Upon 2AC I require. So what I will do, I will get B square is equal to A square plus C square minus B square upon 2AC I require. So I will divide here also. In both the places I divide by 2AC. Are you getting? So now I can write over here by cosine rule cos B here. Therefore, B square upon 2AC is equal to cos B. Okay, like this I have got cos B. Fine. Now I have to handle this. Now see, B I have got. Now I require A and C to come into the picture. So by sine rule, now you know you can write straight B is equal to K sine B, A is equal to K sine A, C is equal to K sine C. So this is B square. So I will get K square sine square B upon 2. In place of A I will write K sine A. In place of C I will write K sine C is equal to cos B, is equal to cos B. Now here K, 2K squares, this will go, and what we are now remaining with is sine square B upon 2 sine A sine C, 2 sine A sine C, 2 sine A into sine C is equal to cos B. This is what we are staying with. Okay. See, now basically here we have come. Of course we have to deal with what now, again coming back to the question, cot A cot B, cot C. And now I have got the full chance of making this cos B into cot B. Sin square B is there, so I'll keep one sin B over here, and so this will become cot B now. Sin B upon 2 sin A into sin B is equal to cot B. Okay, so I've got cot B. Now I require what? A and C. A and C I require, so B has to, I have to get rid of B. To get rid of B, as I've told you, now basically A plus B plus C is equal to pi. Therefore, B is equal to pi minus A plus C. Are you getting my point? This A plus C I have shifted on this side. So therefore, sin B is equal to sin pi minus A plus C. Are you getting? In place of this B, I am writing the value of this. So therefore, I will get sin B is equal to, now if I will say this pi minus, so sin along x-axis pi will remain same, sin A plus C. Therefore, from 1 we get, in place of sin B I will write sin A plus C upon 2 sin A into sin C is equal to cot B. I'll think about 2 and everything, I'll see afterwards what I'll do. But now considering sin A, now I have got AC, AC, AC and B is there. So everything I have to convert to cot now. Of course, the only thing that I can see that I can solve now is sin A plus C by sin A plus B formula. I get sin A cos C plus cos A sin C. Okay. See my dear students, now I can foresee this, that I can get rid of sin A and everything. I'll just have to take, as it is I require 2 cot B. See my dear students, as it is we had decided we require 2 cot B. 2 cot B is equal to cot A plus cot C. 2 cot A B is equal to cot A plus cot C we require. So chalo, we have got 2 cot B, that's good. So now this sin A into sin C, I'll split under both of this. Sin A into cos C upon sin A into sin C plus cos A into sin C upon sin A into sin C is equal to 2 cot B. Sin A is gone, sin C is gone. So what I get over here is cot C plus cot A is equal to 2 cot B. So therefore, cot A, cot B, cot C are in arithmetic progression. Proved. Are you getting? Okay, my dear student, so this is how we completed one more question which is based on arithmetic progression. Now let us go to some other type of questions. Third 3 questions we have finished. I'm going to the 4th question now. Okay, fine. So for the 4th question, they are telling in triangle ABC, prove that. What we have to prove? Sin B minus C upon 2 is equal to B minus C upon A B minus C upon A into cos A by 2. Okay, my dear student, this we have to prove. Most of the times it is basically easy to, if we see, it's basically now if I am going to use sine rule, so A and B can be replaced very easily. Sometimes we have to use, now here cosine rule as it is will not come. So we will take this LHS B minus A upon A cos a by 2. Fine. Now here we know by sine rule a is equal to k sine a, b is equal to k sine b, c is equal to k sine c. Therefore we get b is equal to k sine b minus k sine c upon k sine a into cos a by 2. Fine. Now see, basically now we understand that we can take a k as a common factor outside, and that k will get cancelled with this k. So what stays is sin b minus sin c. Fine. Now what next is, say sin b minus sin c, we have to apply the expansion formula, and then see my dear students, sin a basically sin theta. So you know by now sin 2 theta is basically what? 2 sin theta cos theta. Fine. So by half angle formulas we have sin theta is equal to 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. This we will be having. Why I am taking this? Because this cos theta by 2 will get cancelled with this cos a by 2. Okay, so this half angle formula I can use over here for sin a, and trigonometric expansion over here for sin a minus sin c. So sin a minus sin c, sin a minus sin b, I will get 2 cos b plus c upon 2 into sin b minus c upon 2 upon, this will become 2 sin a upon 2 into cos a upon 2 into cos a upon 2. Fine. Here cos a upon 2 is gone, this 2 is gone. So what we are remaining with now is cos b plus c upon 2 into sin b minus c upon 2 upon sin a by 2. Now what can we solve? Now here basically where we have to go? We have to go to sin b minus c upon 2. Basically we want to list sin, so cos has to be get rid of, and this is again the same thing. See here again I'll leave it over here. See cos b plus c upon 2, we can simplify that. Cos b plus c upon 2, but for basically a plus b plus c is equal to pi. Therefore a by 2 plus b by 2 plus c by 2 is equal to pi by 2, and I want I want b plus c by 2. So this basically b plus c by 2, I want this, so a by 2 will go over there, b plus c by 2 is equal to pi by 2 minus a by 2. Therefore cos b plus c by 2, this is b plus c by 2, this will become cos pi by 2 minus a by 2. This will look something like that. I am tilting it. So this will be there. Therefore cos b plus c by 2 will become, now this is along y axis, this will become sin a by 2. In first quadrant it is going to be, this is in the first quadrant, this is going to be positive, sin a by 2. So therefore from 1, in place of cos b plus c by 2 I will be writing sin a by 2, right? In place of cos b plus c by 2 I will be writing sin a by 2 into sin b minus c by 2. Okay, sin a by 2 into sin b minus c by 2 upon sin a by 2 upon sin a by 2. Again these two will go, that will be sin b minus c by 2. Hence proved. This is equal to RH. LHS. Basically this was RHS. Okay, my dear students, this is how we will be getting question number 4. We have finished with question number 4 now. It is simple. You can have a look once more, and of course take down the questions. You will have to solve these questions. So basically we started with the right hand side with A, B, C. So we substituted the A, B and C with the help of sine rule, and then we went on solving. K got out as a common factor and then it got cancelled over there, and sine B minus C I used the expansion formula for this. At the same time sine 2 theta half angle formula for this I have used over here. So what stays is this much, and then this I have converted to sine. Basically this B plus C, I got rid of B plus C and was converting it to A. So because it was along y axis, so it got converted to sine. Okay, my dear students, this is how we have done with this. And now we can go to one more question. Do we have? Okay, one more question we can finish. 5th question. See, in triangle ABC, prove. What we have to prove? A cube sine B minus C plus B cube sine C minus A, then plus C cube sine A minus B is equal to 0 we have to prove. Okay, so this value basically LHS, what is that? A cube sine B minus C plus B cube sine C minus A plus C cube sine A minus B. This is equal to 0 we have to prove. Okay, so here if we will see, first we can apply the expansions of this. So A cube will stay as A cube, sine B minus C will become sine B cos C minus cos B sine C. Okay, plus this B cube will become sine C cos A minus cos C sine A, plus C cube will become sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. This is what we have got. Now to get rid of each and everything slowly, steadily, basically we can use sine rule and cosine rule both. Sine B is equal to what? See, basically A upon sine A is equal to B. I will write over here, by sine rule A upon sine A is equal to B upon sine B is equal to C upon sine C is equal to K. Therefore sine A will be equal to A upon K, sine B will equal to B upon K, sine C will be equal to C upon K. So this you will have to substitute over there in place of sine B, sine C, sine C, sine A, sine A, sine B. Okay, so what I get? A cube, in place of sine B I will write B upon K, cos C also I will have to substitute, minus sine C I will write C upon K cos B. This will be plus B cube, sine C will be C upon K cos A minus A upon K cos C plus C cube A upon K cos B minus B upon K cos A. This we will get. Okay, now in all these cases I will take K as a common factor outside, and A cube will be A cube upon K, B cube upon K, and C cube upon K, and in place of course B will stay inside, B cos C, C cos B, C cos A cos C, A cos B, B cos A. This is going to be now slightly tedious. I'll do one thing. See, for you all to understand what is happening, I better solve it in this fashion. You will come to know both things. See, basically now what I am going to do, K will go outside, A cube upon K, B will be there as it is, and in place of like this, in place of cos C, what will I write? Cos C is equal to A square plus B square minus C square upon 2AB. Right? In place of cos C I have written the formula of cos C. Fine. Minus K has gone outside, C. In place of cos B I will get A square plus C square minus B square upon 2AC. This is one bracket over, plus B cube upon K, again K has gone outside, C is there, cos A will be B square plus C square minus A square upon 2BC. Okay, minus A is there, then cos C will become what? A square plus B square minus C square upon 2AB. Fine. Plus C cube upon K. A will be there, cos B will become A square plus C square minus B square upon 2AC, minus B, cos A will become again B square plus C square minus A square upon 2BC. So now you can see very well now, students, actually speaking, if I multiply A cube inside, A cube will multiply over here, A cube will multiply over here, B cube will multiply over here, B cube will multiply over here, C cube will multiply over here, C cube will multiply over there. Of course, then here, but if I see this, B and this B is getting cancelled, C and this C is getting cancelled, this A and this A is getting cancelled, here also C, here also A, here also B. So what stays if I take this inside? 1 upon K, A cube, A square plus B square minus C square upon 2A minus A cube, A square plus C square. See, I am multiplying this A cube over here, I am multiplying this A cube over here. C has got cancelled, A cube into A square plus C square minus B square upon 2A, plus 1 upon K will stay, B cube will multiply over here, B cube will multiply over here, B cube, B square plus C square minus A square upon 2B minus B cube into A square plus B square minus C square upon 2B. Again, what you will get is plus 1 upon K, C cube will go inside, A square plus C square minus B square upon 2C minus, again C cube will come over here, B square plus C square minus A square upon 2C. fine. Again if you'll see this b and this b cube will go, to b square will stay. Here this b will go, the b square will stay. This c will go, then c square will stay. This c will go, then c square will stay. Okay, so now what we get over here, here also a will go, a square will stay, a will go, a square will stay. So now if I multiply it further, it will become, see now this 2 and this 2 can go out, you can say, or you can do anything, common factor, anything. So this 2 can go out as a common factor, 1 upon 2k, 1 upon 2k, and inside you will get a cube plus a square b square minus c square. A cube plus a square b square minus a square c square minus a raised to the power of 4 minus a square c square minus, no minus nahi, plus a square b square. Plus again here 1 upon 2k b raised to the power of 4 plus b square c square minus a square b square minus a square b square minus b raised to the power of 4 plus b square c square. Again plus 1 upon 2k, here I will get a square c square plus c raised to the power of 4 minus, how come I didn't get over here? This also is a raised to the power of 4. That's what I was thinking. A square c square c raised to the power of 4 minus b square c square minus b square c square minus c raised to the power of 4 plus a square c square. Okay, so here then now what, again from here 1 upon 2k, 1 upon 2k, 1 upon 2k, I will take out this everything outside, and what I will get is, see 1 upon 2k, and this whole thing I will have to add up. You will see that they will get cancelled. See basically a raised to the power of 4 minus a raised to the power of 4, b raised to the power of 4 minus b raised to the power of 4, c raised to the power of 4 minus c raised to the power of 4 is getting cancelled over here. Nothing over there, but 1 upon 2k is gone from here, here. So what you get is a square b square minus a square c square, you can write 2a square b square minus 2a square c square over here, and here again minus 2a square b square plus 2b square c square, here again plus 2a square c square minus 2b square c square. So here if you will see, what you get is minus 2a square c square is gone, plus 2a square c square is gone, plus 2b square c square is gone, minus 2b square c square is gone, and here 2a square b square minus 2b square. So this becomes 0, this whole thing will become 0. Okay, this page is not fitting or what? Okay, I'll have to think of something else. Actually I will have to take this down. Okay my dear students, so now just go through these questions, try to solve these questions, and then we can go for better questions, more number of questions. Okay my dear students, so we have finished with some 5 questions today. Thank you very much my dear students, thank you very much.